Hey, what's up guys? Gangster Jeweler here. So today we are going to be working on a ring. It's a little fancy ring here that we're sizing from a 7.5 to a 6. Let's see what size it is here. That is not the mandrel I was looking for. Where's my other mandrel here? I just did a bench sweep, so my organized chaos is not organized anymore. So I gotta find my other mandrel. Dang it! Where'd you go? I know you're in here. Organized chaos, guys. I think I found it. Maybe. There it is. All right. Well, this is not quite true. It's 7 1/4. Size from a 7.5 to a 6. There says, mine says 7 1/4. So not a big deal, but still. That means our mandrels might be a quarter size off, which is not good. I've had that with other stores. They're like, hey, we said size it to an 8, and then it's an 8.5. I've even had one store where their mandrel was an entire size off because they were using them plastic mandrels. So on mine it would say 8, and like on theirs it would say like 7 or 9. You always want to use metal mandrels when at all possible. And make sure your ring sizers match the mandrel, because sometimes that's another way you can tell if your mandrel's not telling the right size. Put your ring sizers on there, and if your 7 on the ring sizer says 7.5 or 7 1/4, then one of them's wrong. Damn, as I'm choking to death. But at any rate, we're going from 7 1/4 to 6, so we're going 1/4 size. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and dig for our markers here, because God knows we don't know where the hell they're at right now. There we go, I think we found them. Let's see, we need a 1 1/4 here. 1 1/4. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and mark our spot here. And boom. Now we want to make sure that we're doing it on the bottom, because we have designs that's coming all the way down. So luckily we got space here that we can cut from there, because otherwise that might be a problem. God dang, that's something I hate about when I do bench sweeps, because then I don't like everything I need's buried, because I pull everything out, sweep the drawer, and then put it all back in. And we'll go ahead and cut our piece out here, if it'll come out. There we go. If it will come out. Now we need to go ahead and get our cutting disc here. Get our cutting disc. And we're just going to even these sides out a little bit. Alright, now we gotta, man, we're gonna be doing a lot of digging today, boy. I think that's what we're looking for right there. Now, we don't have any stones coming down the side, so we don't have to worry about, still want to be careful, but you ain't got to worry about, you know, having to be careful with the stones, because we don't have any stones coming down the side, so that's good. Now, I did have another video I was going to film, but I'm not going to film it. So there's a ring that we did a while back, because the video is just not going to be long enough. It's just not worth. So there's a video we did a while back, a couple videos back, where we got that met flush now. We can go and get it set up to weld. But there was a video we did a while back. It was a white gold ring, and we retipped all 4 of the prongs. Well, apparently the lady came to pick it up finally, and I guess the lady was complaining about the stones, some of the diamonds being darker than she originally thought or whatever, which sometimes when you, as you guys know, when you polish a ring, especially if it's been dull for so long and they're so used to that, when you polish especially white gold, you know, it'll give a different hue to the diamonds. And I'm going to try to see if I can straighten that out for her. Also, she was saying the stone that we put the 4 prongs on, that it was crooked, which only reason it may have looked that way is I left the prongs built up on it a little bit, and didn't want to file too much of the prongs down, but the stone never even left the set or the seat. The stone was sitting in the seat. It had 3 prongs, just needed a 4th one that was missing, and then retip the other 3. So that's going to be kind of you guys can go back and watch that video, but yeah, that's not the case. The stone never even left the seat of the ring, and I left the prongs built up, and I could have probably filed the prongs down a little bit more, but I was trying to leave a little bit of beef on there so she'd have some, because they're going to wear down just from natural wear and tear, you know. But hey, we do what the customer wants, right? They always know what's right, even though if it ain't right. And so I filed them prongs down some more, so it didn't give the illusion that it was like crooked, which it really didn't even look crooked. But you know, that's a phenomenon that nobody talks about, because I've actually seen it firsthand. I've actually watched people nitpick their jewelry so bad that they keep getting it fixed, that it ends up being worse than it originally was. You know, this is another ring that I'll probably do a video on. It's just missing a stone. We don't have any prongs missing, so we should be able to just get a larger one and snap right in there. But yeah, I was like, you know, I told her, well, I didn't tell her, but you got to be careful, man, because there comes a point where they'll nitpick it so bad, and you know that it's done right. You got to say, man, you can't keep fucking with this thing, or you're just gonna, you know, it's just gonna end up being worse. So we went ahead and burned that off. But anyways, so I went ahead and filed them prongs down a little bit, and trying to see if I can get a little bit of the dark out of the diamonds. But that's the only bad thing. Maybe I shouldn't have polished it, because it will give it a different hue if they're used to that dull white gold, you know, hadn't been polished in forever. But hey, what can you do? Now the main thing is you got to be careful when something like that arises. You don't take offense to it, okay? You take offense to it, you know, even if you know it's done right and they're just nitpicking, don't take offense to it. Don't take it out on the store. Don't take it out on the customer, because there's just people like that. You know, it's not saying that you're doing bad work. You know you did good work. There's just some people that are just nitpicky, you know, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. That's out of your control, you know, so don't worry about it. Don't get upset about it. Don't be a dickhead. That's where a lot of jewelers get testy, I would say, is when they get ones that come back that they know they've done right, or, you know, and there's a reason they did what they did, which, like in my case, I left these prongs built up a little bit, which kind of gave it a little bit of an illusion that it was crooked, which it wasn't. But I was trying to leave a little meat on there so the prongs would last longer, because they're going to wear down anyways over time. But I could have took offense to that and been like, you know, it's done right, whatever. Nah, I took it, you know, to straighten it out a little bit. I mean, I had to file the prongs down, but now the case is, prongs might not last as long, you know. But what looks good to me and the reasoning behind it doesn't matter. It's what the customer wants, so we'll do what they want to do, you know. I left them built up so that let me zoom you guys in here. Holy shit. Damn, this thing like zooms in. What the hell? I don't need it in that far. Can we go to like 4? Yeah, 4 would be good. Damn, that was way too close. But at any rate, let's go ahead and get this thing welded. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of brush across that, because you're going to come across that very often. I say very often, not very often, but several times. You know, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Yeah, I think we need to pull another piece through there. But yeah, I don't, and that's where you'll hear a lot of these people say, oh, well, that jeweler's a dickhead. Because a lot of jewelers will take offense to that. They take it personally. You know, like, hey, I did good work, and you're, you know, now you're attacking me and whatever. No, it's not the case. You know, unfortunately, in this business, it's in the eye of the beholder. What looks good to you might not look good to somebody else, you know. And if they want it done, you do it, you know. So like in my case, we followed them prongs down, even though I was trying not to do that. And like I said, I didn't film it because it wasn't a very long video. It wasn't even made for a good video. Alright, we got that welded. Let's go ahead and zoom back out here. But yeah, that wouldn't even have made for a lot, maybe a 5-minute video, if that. It wasn't even worth it. Probably would have been more like a short, you know. But I just wanted to kind of brush over that, kind of update you guys, because I know it's been a while since I've been on here. It's been so busy, y'all. Between the streaming, repairs, and trying to film and edit videos. Man, it's a job, man. Trying to edit these videos. Woo. I used to always think, you know, YouTube's like, man, these people making videos and making money, what the heck? And man, it's a job, man. Sometimes you can spend an hour, 2 hours just editing one video, you know. It's crazy. And you got to learn how to edit, because God knows I don't know how to do shit on the video aspect here. Alright, we got our one thing welded there. It looks ugly right now, but we're going to let that cool off, because obviously that stone right there, that stone is not going to take heat, or not take a, if you were to put that stone in water after it being hot, that stone would shatter. So Don't do that. That makes for a bad day. Makes for a real bad day. Alright, let's go ahead and put this on the mandrel. See what we got here. Now, like this one here is going to be a quicker video too, but it'll be longer, 5 minutes, that's for dang sure. But it shouldn't take too long. We should be able to just find a stone big enough, snap it in there, call it a day. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Let's grab a rubber mallet here. I call it a rubber mallet. It's a rawhide mallet. I know. Somebody's going to correct me, Lord Mark, or somebody's going to correct me. It's a rawhide mallet. It's not a rubber mallet, you dumbass. And we're almost to 6. Almost. We are almost there. Let me look for my ball peen hammer here, because God knows that bitch is in the bottom somewhere. You know what's funny is after I do a bench sweep, you know, all the stuff I need usually at the bottom once I put everything back in the drawer. But then slowly but surely as I find it, it makes its way back up to the top, and then I know where everything is again. That ought to piss off Lord Bark. I don't know. At this point, I think it's just funny. I think I make these videos just to try to make him mad, I guess. No, he hasn't said anything too crazy. You know, he's criticized, but he hasn't been like a straight out dickhead. But he's been borderline dickhead, maybe. Unlike Alejandro's been my top, I think he's been here since almost day one, man. He's been my top dude. A couple of others I have too. The spoon bender. He's been one of my top guys. A couple of others. Robert Hunter, yeah. He's been here for a while. God dang, oh. It's right in front of me, y'all. Right in front of me. Alright, let's straighten this out a little bit there. Let's go ahead and tap on the bottom here just a tad. Just a tiny tad. Okay. That's about a 6. Kind of like a tight 6 right now, but that's a 6. And that's a 6. Alright. We're not going to do any more tapping, y'all, because I take that back. We do need to straighten this out a little bit on the sides here. There we go. Let's see what it looks like now. It's a 6. And it's a 6. It's a 6 all day long. Alright, now let's go ahead and put our inside rock on. We'll follow that inside and outside part. Get that done. Put our in. Alright, well, I gotta start over the recording. For some reason this camera's whacking out for some reason here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and file this inside down. It might be operator error, who knows. What y'all think of this new camera? This new camera seems to work a hell of a lot better than that other piece of shit I was using. If I do say myself here. Alright, we got the inside file down. Let's go ahead and swap to let's go ahead and swap to our outside rock here. We're just going to kind of file the excess down there a little bit. Alright, now let's look for our wedge in our metal file. There's our metal file. There's our wedge. Let's go ahead and stick that in there. Let's go ahead and file these sides down. You know, it's pretty bad when you got, I think maybe it was just this last video I had done where I said I keep getting repairs from this store that, you know, it's funny because I don't like the manager, and I don't think the manager likes me. You know, because I'm nice until you're not nice to me, and then I will show my ass. If you're respectful to me, I'm respectful to you, you know? Simple stuff. But I've told this store like politely like 3 times without being an ass, hey, y'all need to find somebody else. Don't call me. Because like every repair I drop off with these people, like they're trying to nickel and dime me to death. And it's just not worth it for me, you know? And I hate having to fight all the time when I go there. You know, they're like, oh, $50. It's like, bitch, go somewhere else. It's gonna be $120, you know? My prices are not outrageous. Like I said, if anything, they're not high enough, you know? But yeah, this store, man, I can't get rid of them. I don't know if it's because it's one of them corporate stores, so I don't know if it's because. Now, truth be told, these corporate stores, except for one of them, but this one in particular I'm talking about, they've burned through like probably every jeweler in town, and I'm thinking they just don't have very many options left. You know, that's why you want to be careful, because there ain't very many jewelers around as it is. And you burning bridges with all of them. They've done literally everything. So they've used me. Then they went, I guess, I'm not sure what happened. Then they got their own jeweler for a while. That didn't work out. They realized that was going to cost too much. Then they went with a bunch of other places, realized they did shitty work, or they cost way too much. And then they always end up coming back to me, which I don't mind, but I like loyalty, man. You know, I got stores that have been with me for years that have been loyal. I mean, just been loyal. But the corporate stores, they're not loyal. They're only thing they're beholden to is their bottom dollar. I mean, it really. They don't even care what the quality of work is. They just want Class A work at crackhead prices, you know? And it's crazy. And then here I am doing Class A work at just above crackhead prices. And they're still not happy, you know? It's crazy. But they always end up coming back, you know, which is crazy. Which I don't mind, but the ones that I don't want to do, like this last video I did, the ones I want to get rid of, I can't get rid of them. So it is what it is, you know. Like I said, man, if you're respectful to me, I'm respectful to you. If you're loyal to me, I'm loyal to you. That's a 6. So let's go ahead and smooth out the inside now. Get that done. Get the inside smoothed out here. We got our sides filed down there. Alright, let's go ahead and switch to our other silicone wheel for the outside and the sides here. Get them smoothed out. We don't have a hell of a whole lot we got to smooth out here on the bottom. Just got this little area right here. Let's go ahead and hit the sides here. It's a nice ring. It really is. You know what's crazy? The store that this ring belongs to, I got a repair of theirs that I've had for, I think I've had it now for like almost 2 months, and they still haven't heard from the customer yet. It's crazy. They called the customer to give them a price, you know, let them know the options, and they haven't heard from them still. Which isn't, I say it's crazy, it isn't too crazy. When I had my own store up on Timaquana there, I had one lady, I held on to her jewelry for 2 years before she finally came and got it. Which she's lucky, because a lot of these other jewelry repair places around town, you go inside, a lot of them have a sign that says any item not picked up after 90 days is sold to recover the cost of the repair. So she was lucky. She was lucky it wasn't one of those places, because they'd have done scrap that sucker to get their money out of it. Alright. Looks good to me, y'all. Looks damn good. Heck yeah. Alright, let's check our size one more time. So we're a 6 on the money. And a 6 on the money, guys. Alright, I'm not going to film polishing this thing. I'm still kind of new to this camera. I don't want to detach it from the cord I got to it right now. Screw something up. So I'm going to go polish this, and then we will come back and look at the finished product, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, we are back with that ring. You see, got it nice, clean, and polished. I wish I had better lighting, but for some reason the light on the camera has went out, and I can't figure out why. I'm assuming it might be low battery. So we're still in the learning curve, guys. But we got this size to a 6, got it nice, clean, and polished. Got it looking good, y'all. But this is the Gangster Jeweler. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate my loyal subscribers, especially Alex, Robert Hunter, Lord Mark, even though he's quite the critic. But hey, you know, he hasn't been too crazy. So at any rate, and also the Spoonbender. Shout out to the Spoonbender. Which, by the way, Spoonbender, I'm not on TikTok anymore live streaming because for whatever reason, they say they can't handle all the streamers they have, so they're letting some people go. So I got fired from TikTok. I still put videos up there, but I don't live stream there anymore. If you want to catch my live streams, they'll be on Kick, Beam, and Rumble. So those 3 platforms. Those are more reaction and gaming type channels, though, or streams. But if you're looking to buy jewelry in the Jacksonville area, I highly recommend Money Miser on Blanding Boulevard. Which is where this gem of a ring come from. I don't know if she bought it from there, but that's where the sizing came from. But I'm going to assume she bought it from there, but I don't know. But at any rate, also, if you would like to check out the Gangster Jeweler on the Rumble channel, I have a same jewelry repair channel over there as well, if you'd rather be on Rumble. Also, if you'd like to leave a tip or donation, the links for that will be down in the description, although it's not required. Just kind of helps the channel grow and show some love if you learn anything from any of these videos. And yeah, guys, I think that about covers everything. I know it's been a while since I've been on here, but I've been so busy doing repairs. I tell you what, man, it's like I got 2 full-time jobs because doing repairs, but then I'm also picking up and dropping off these repairs. I'm also trying to film videos, trying to edit videos. I'm also trying to live stream. Maybe I'm just trying to do too much all at one time. But I'm trying to juggle it all, guys. We're trying. But at any rate, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate the loyal subscribers. Appreciate the new subscribers as well. But, you know, loyalty comes first with me. But at any rate, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, y'all.